All right, beautiful people, everybody coming in, welcome so much. Welcome. I'm Mikey K from DreamXL, and this will be the first time that I've actually had an opportunity to sit down with Drew Hicks on this new StreamYard platform. So I'm pretty excited about that. I get a chance
Absolutely.
to watch him and Derek kill it every single time that they do, and just incredibly blessed and grateful for the relationship that I've been able to build with Drew and with Derek as well. And guys, we are excited to drop a couple things tonight. Excited to share with you all about where we're at and a little bit about what me and Drew got going on, guys. So welcome everybody joining in, and thank you so much. So
Hey, welcome everybody. Good evening, everybody. I hope you guys having a great Sunday evening. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Karen. Renee Cooper. Hey, Nathan.
I don't see I don't see names here, Drew. So is
Do you
that
have the comments? Is it
see
over there in
on
the
my end?
comments?
No, there's no
On the
comment.
right-hand side, so you see comments.
Got it. Got it.
Now you'll be
Still
able to see it.
learning. I'm
I am.
learning.
Hey,
Talking
you're
about
learning.
growth. Yeah, we're talking about growth. And I'm not the best when it comes to technology. I am not the best. But hey, it's about accepting like what we're not as good at, right? And just being able to push through things today. So I'm
Absolutely.
grateful, incredibly blessed. Everybody that's joining in, welcome. Thank you so much. Bobby Carr, Diane Warner, Katie McGee, Joni Faulkner, Catherine Lance. I see a lot of you guys from the DreamXL platform as well. Thank you guys for joining in. And me and my brother Drew Hicks are just going to chop it up for a little minute, man.
That's right. Absolutely. And hey, Catherine Lance, I love you. Hey, Kaylee, it's going so fast. I keep
I
Connie.
know,
Hey,
right?
Kaylee.
You got to piling in, Drew.
Hey man, they file in, brother. They file in. Suicide outreach awareness. Hey, what's going on, brother? You know I love you. Maria Updike, good evening. Brandon Farrell, good evening. Deborah, let's see. Kelly George, good evening. Hey guys, I love you guys today. As you can see, I got the one and only Mikey Concepts over there, DreamXL, with me tonight. We're going to touch on a few things tonight. I'm here with Mikey. Just to talk about, we're going to talk about relationships, growth, and how we've grown with each other in the last. It's been well over a year now.
Yeah.
We've had what, one, two, three, four. This would be the fourth line or fifth.
No, this shit. I think we're working on 5 or 6. Like we've done a couple solid collections. I think this might be 4 collections, but man, we keep piling them in there, And every time I have an opportunity to be creative and like match your style, man,
Yeah.
you have no idea. Like it just gives me fuel, right? Because that's where my passion is.
Well, let
That
me ask you this, brother. Am I easy
huh?
to work with?
Absolutely. Well, Drew, for anybody that does not know Drew is one of the most impatient addicts I have ever met. But I absolutely love him to death. I absolutely love him to death. And every time that we get a chance to talk on the phone, it's absolutely hilarious. And I always call him out on it. And guys, it's pretty cool to work with Drew. And I'm
True
just,
story.
it really excites me, guys, because like that's the way that I communicate, right? Like that's my creative outlet. That's my creative passion is the artistic design and being able to match somebody's personality, their character, and just make something that speaks to them and their message, right? So I'm blessed. I'm blessed for the relationship, and I'm blessed to carry on with things with you, Drew. I love you, man.
I love you too, brother. And I have to agree with Mikey. I am, patience has never been my
Uh-huh.
stronghold. It wasn't in my active addiction, I still haven't been able to get a grasp on it in recovery. I work on it. It's hard, but I am impatient. I want what I want, and I usually want it now. I'm an addict through and through.
Absolutely.
But today, as you guys don't, if you guys don't know, today I dropped my new line. The pictures are the pictures of the new designs are on all my platforms, on my big page, public figure page, my little clean and sober page, my group, all my platforms. You guys have seen what Mikey has created. His artistic designs are always on point when it comes to creating my line. I love this man to death, and every time he hits a home run with me, if you guys haven't seen them, they're on there. I've posted the link to order. And so everybody's asking me pricing and all that stuff. It's in the link. It's on the website. Click on the link. You'll find the pricing, the sizes, the colors. There's other colors. I want people, before I get this going, I want everybody
Yep.
to know there's other colors from what I posted today. Okay, there's not just those colors. You can go in there and see all the colors that Mikey has available for you guys when it comes to my stuff. Go on there, look and see what you want. I mean, it's amazing, Mikey. You hit a home run on this one tonight, brother. But I want to talk about tonight. Higgy's on here, and I love you, Higgy. And I will be going live.
Absolutely love my brother Higgy.
Love him to death. Actually, if everybody don't know, at 9 o'clock I will be live with Higgy on the Survivor Series tonight. So check it out if you haven't already. I posted the event on my pages. Just go down, click that you're going. You'll get notified when we go live. I go live here with Higgy in about 50 minutes. And so, but I'm on here with this beautiful man right now. And you know,
I do want to shout it out, right? Because you and Higgy, right? You and Higgy are really like the initial inspirations that I had when it came to, you know, people building pages on social media and you know, expressing their message, right? So that's like the first opportunity that I had a chance to kind of see where everybody was at, what they were talking about, how they formulated a platform to be able to express themselves and help other people through it. And like through that and watching you guys, you and Higgy as well, like it allowed me to kind of find my own voice. And for an addict like me, like I never thought that I had a voice. Like something inside of me made me feel so low to where, you know, the self-worth was gone. I was just completely broken and empty inside. And even in, you know, recovery, we have those spells where like there's so much self-doubt, right? And it's easy to fall into those patterns. And it's like, okay, so how can I build myself out of that? I know the fundamentals of this program and I apply those principles in my life, right? I do the work. I put the pen to paper. I work through the steps and it's allowed me to grow as a person, right? But it's only gotten me so far in recovery. And there's other aspects of life that I have to like step outside my comfort zone and grow in, right? And part of that was finding my voice and being able to express myself on social media and to whoever it is that I'm talking about what it is that I do and what DreamXL represents and the message behind that and building the relationships, you know, connecting with people in networks and just, you know, expanding my horizons, right? Working through the things that I might not have been so great at a year ago, you know, and it's allowed me to like blossom. It's allowed me to evolve. And when I focus on those kinds of things and it's like, okay, what can I impact right now that might not be a strong point now, but if I keep continuing to press forward and work on it, that I can grow and become a better person in, right? Or bring more value to. And that's just been like something for me that I don't ever want to stop growing. I don't ever want to stop evolving.
I mean,
yeah,
I get it, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and where we've come, and before I go any further, I want to just wish a very special person happy birthday. Catherine Lance, happy birthday today. Today's Catherine's birthday, if you guys don't all know. Happy birthday. Not only does Catherine do a lot for me, we all know what she does for me, but she does a lot for Mikey as well. And she does a lot for Derek as well. And so happy birthday, Catherine. And from me and Mikey, we will be sending you a new hoodie for your birthday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she said she wants an orange. So I'm going to get her an orange one. And happy
orange one.
Pat, we love you so much. And thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all that you do for us, for DreamXL, for Drew. Just you're a beautiful person inside and out. And I love you.
I love you too, Catherine. And I appreciate she puts up with me day in and day out, brother. You know, so.
That's got to be hard. I feel sorry for
it. Oh, dude, it's a chore. It's a chore. But, you know, I want to come on here, you know, right now, brother. I want to talk about where we've come just in our relationships in the last, it's been a year. It's been a year. You know, I think it's been over a year, right? Or is it right at a year?
Somewhere around like 13 months. I think it was like late December, early January that I reached out to you. And just been cool, man. It's been cool to be able to formulate relationships. It's like we haven't even met in person, but we carry on a relationship like we're fucking brothers, you know? And that's beautiful. And that's the power that we have here in social media and being able to connect with people all over the world, right? And formulate relationships, formulate connections, and you know, build upon ourselves with, right? And I tell you, you know, my time, I have, you know, some character defects, right? But then I also have a lot of things that I've, yeah, just a little, right?
Just a little.
Just a little. But I also have a lot of things on my plate, right? My shoulders are very heavy, and it stops me from being able to constantly be on the phone all the time and you know talk with everybody. But it's been a beautiful process. You've loved me through it, and no matter how many times like there might be a gap in communication, we always come right back to it as brothers, man. And I absolutely love you for that.
I mean, I love you too, brother. You know, 2019 wasn't the best year for Drew either. You know, I had to get through a lot of
Oh,
things. I mean,
yeah.
and you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but you were there for me and you stuck with me, you know.
Mhm.
And I have to acknowledge, you know, that's what I've learned about recovery is that the relationships that we obtain during our recovery, the genuine and honest and transparent relationships, because we all know each and every one of us, we go through some things, you know, we go through trials, tribulations, and struggles, you know, and it's the people who are standing right side by side with us as we go through it is what really sets us apart from the rest. You know, I
Mm.
appreciate you for doing what you did. 2019 was like I said a rough year for me. You stood by me.
Mm.
When people said I would stop making his stuff, you said no. I know Drew. You know,
Mhm.
I know Drew, and you know what? You stuck with me, and we've grown since then. You know, it's amazing. You know what happens. You know, when people actually start believing in one another. You know,
Mhm.
even through all of our character defects, like you said, or even through all of our
Just a little.
quirkiness, yeah, just a little. Even through all of that, though, brother, we're able
Yep.
to stand side by side and say, you know what, brother, I got you. You know,
Yep.
I got you. You may not got today, but I'm right here with you. I got you. We're gonna get through this.
And I think that's something to be said, right? Because all my life and the relationships that I carried in active addiction, right? The only thing that I would ever be focused on is how much money you got in your pocket and how are we going to get down to the city so that we can get what we want, right? Who are we
Right.
going to rob? What are we going to steal? How are we going to sell whatever it is that we have in order to obtain the next one? Those were the only relationships that I had, you
Right.
know, and put myself through a lot of pain and a lot of heartache and a lot of struggle in trying to find people to connect with, even in active addiction. And so much so that when I didn't find it, all I simply did was isolate. So you put drugs in me and I hide in bathrooms. I lock myself in bathrooms, I lock myself in closets, and I use to the very bitter end and you know, completely isolate myself away from the world, right? So in early recovery, I still carried kind of that same mindset, and I really had to make an impact on that. I really had to push through some things in order to put myself out there and make connections and build a network. And I'm grateful for that process because through that, I've been able to formulate relationships today that I know that at the drop of a dime, no matter what is going on in my life, somebody is going to be able to take my phone call, be there for me, and you know love me through it, right? And you have been one of those people every single time, man. And it's just like I don't know how many times I've had an opportunity to call you and I'm just stressed, you know. I put a lot on my plate, and I would definitely like to put out there if anybody's in their first year of recovery. That's when I started DreamXL. Don't start a business in your first year of recovery if you don't have all the tools that necessarily face all the struggles that you will as a business owner. But you know, I pushed through those things, and one of the reasons that I was able to push through those things and continue to put that right foot forward is because of the relationships that I've built. And you have been one of the beacon of the person that I speak to. You know, when anything is going wrong, when my head is and I can't step outside of myself, I call you, man. And you know, you always have a way to bring me back to center. We have this relationship that's, you know, it's a positive give and take. It's based on transparency, it's based on truth, and it's based on love, man. And I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for recovery and for the changes that I've been able to make in my life through recovery.
I
You know?
mean, you hit the nail on the head there. Absolutely, brother. You know, we all know the feeling of being imprisoned in our own mind. Okay, and that's exactly where I kept myself for 25 years. You know, brother. I always believed that I was that unique addict that I was going to be able to make an active addiction work for my life. You know,
Terminally unique.
I
You
mean,
know?
I'm unique. I'm gonna be the only person in the history of mankind that's ever going to make an active addiction work for my life. Okay, and right there, by even thinking that and planting that seed, I immediately self sabotage myself from the gate. Okay, from the very beginning, I was always my biggest enemy, and I was always the problem, living in the problem, thinking that I had it all figured out. That I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. Before I knew it, a quarter of a century of my life I pissed away. Majority of that spent in the penitentiary because of poor choices that I made because of my active addiction. And you know what? What recovery has given me, you know, honestly and genuinely and transparently, are people. See, I appreciate people in my life today, because I kept myself locked away from the world for so many years, so when we come over to recovery, I now live my life in reality, because of where I used to live was not very realistic. Okay. That's not very realistic. I imprisoned myself with that thinking. But when I come over here to recovery, now I'm living life on life's terms. And we all know life on life's terms isn't always, as I say, fluffy bunnies and rainbows. Okay.
It's not sunshine and rainbows all the time, man.
No, not at all, brother. Not at all. We all know
Right.
that. We go through stuff. But you know what? It's the people, the relationships with the people that I have in my life today, that I genuinely appreciate, because there's been so many times, brother, I've called you, I've called you up and say, brother, this is what's going on, man. And we talk it out and we get through it, and we move on. We keep it moving. We keep it. See, people like you and I, Mikey, we got to always keep our feet moving. Okay, we can't lay still. We can't be stagnant, because that's when we get sick. Okay, and we start making poor choices. We got to constantly keep pushing forward, constantly keep ourselves driven, and keep motivated. And with genuine, honest, transparent relationships such as what we have today is a huge contributing factor for me being the man that I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like we were talking about with growth, right? One of the topics that we decided we would touch on tonight. When I am actively pursuing growth in my life, every aspect of like a consequence or an obstacle, right? Like, we're always going to face obstacles, right? But when we are stuck in, or not stuck, but when we have that momentum of moving forward, then it makes those obstacles, when they arise, so much easier to deal with, right? And we go into them with self-worth and value and confidence, right? And it's like, we know what we've been through before, and we know that no matter what arises, it's 99.9% of the times not going to be worse than what we've already faced, right? So
right.
It gives us this strength. It gives us a courage and a motivation, a passion, a desire, to move forward and push no matter what. And focusing on that growth has enabled me to like exponentially evolve in so many areas of life. And you're right, I don't fucking like standing still. I do not like feeling like I'm stagnant. It makes me feel like I'm suffocated, like I'm locked away in a prison cell, right? And I can do it in my own mind just as much as life circumstances can do it for me, because I'm not actively participating in what I need to in order to grow, in order to evolve, or in order to participate in my own recovery. And sometimes other people's lives, right? And sometimes it's the most influential thing to pull me outside of my own shit is to help another addict, because what they say is unparalleled in our program, and what enables us to have that passion to keep moving. Like, we only have so much time in a day, right? But if we focus it all on self-centered behavior, which is real easy to do as addicts or addicts in recovery, then it kind of spoils that sense of connection. It spoils that sense of fulfillment that we have, right? And so when I find myself stuck in those mindsets, the first thing that I like to do is reach out to other people and see how I can actively participate in their life without having any expectations of something in return, right? That's been beautiful, and that's been something that I watch you do consistently. And man, I watch the way that you communicate with all your family members on here. I watch what you do, how you carry yourself, man, and you're a beacon of light. I fucking love you, dude.
Man, brother, I appreciate it. But I'm gonna be honest though, I didn't get where I'm at, brother, by not being shown by an amazing man. Yeah, I had an amazing sponsor, bro, and he wasn't one of those who was going to co-sign my bullshit, because I'm no different than any other addict new in recovery. When I first came into the rooms 4 years ago, I was a manipulator. I was a liar, a cheater, of just an evil person. That's where I lived. I stayed stuck in that dark spot for 25 years. So I come over to this man who's 26 years clean, trying to think that I'm going to get over on him. Okay, he wasn't co-signing that stuff, you know. And for the first time in my entire life, I had to have another grown-ass man tell me how to live my life, you know. But the only time I want to pat myself on the back was the day I made that choice to finally listen to this man. Okay, because at 40, at 42, when I came into recovery, I was like, "You got to make a go at life now. What are you doing, Drew?" I mean, because what I've done for the previous 42 years did not work. Did not work, you know. And so I come over here, I get the guidance of an amazing man. My pastor Pat is a huge part of my life as well. You know, the relationships that I have with you, Mikey, I've seen you grown so much in the last year since you've been doing my clothes. Brother, you've gone through some stuff that most people would have cowered down and just given up. Okay, and you know what? You get hit all the time.
All
You
the
know,
time.
you get hit
But
all
you
the
know,
time.
I've embraced that, and you know, I don't want to make this about business, and I don't want to put it over everybody's, you know, heads in there that might not be focused on the same things. But entrepreneurship is something for me that has added so much value into my life, right? It makes me sick to, like, deep down in my gut, the thought of working for somebody else, right? And I
Right.
was always extremely talented in active addiction, and as a child, but I stuffed it down and I never did anything with it. So DreamXL was about me evolving first, and then bringing something to the table that could inspire other people through that same message, right? Through the action that I've had to take in order to change my life and bring so much value to character and just growth. You know, that's the message that I want to be able to put out there, that like, it doesn't matter where you've been. You have an opportunity to take action on the things that you are so passionate about and turn it into a working model that can not only change your life, but help change other people's as well. And like, that's the core message of what DreamXL is about. And just being able to, you know, chase after the things that we want in life, dream extra large. And that dream was something for me, like it's formulated a part of my identity, man. And I don't foresee any circumstance that would ever cause me to give up. Have I had some low times? Absolutely. Have I had to push through obstacles, find solutions, you know, be really creative and meditate on what it is that I need to do to keep pursuing into the future? Yes, absolutely. But would I take any of it back? Fuck no.
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 No, you know, it's been an honor, you know, brother, to be able to be on this journey with you, man, and watch you grow. You know, we all know what it feels like to be miserable people. Okay, I didn't.
Mhm.
That's not what recovery is for me. I finally have this ability and this chance today to live the life that I'd always wanted to live. You know, the life that I
Right.
never believed that I could actually have. You know, and here it is in reality. I have it. Okay, but I know that I can't keep it if I don't do certain things. You know, I have to do.
Right.
We both work the same fellowship. You know,
Mhm.
we gotta come into this fellowship, this 12-step program that both of you and I work, and we gotta do things. We can't just come over here. I'm part of this fellowship and do nothing behind it. We got to
Right.
implement a power greater than ourselves, a higher power. For me, none other than God. You know. Plus, with
Mhm.
these 12 steps and the spiritual principles that back the 12 steps, you know, that I practice in my life each and every day. In practicing that, and in my application, I'm able to live an amazing life. It's not rocket science, bro. It's not rocket science. You know, a lot of times we could tend to make it that though. Okay, we could tend to
And
get a little, just little sideways and start implementing our will back into the picture. You know, well, our will got us in this mess in the first place.
yep.
Okay, you know,
And based on fear and low self-worth. You
that's
know,
right.
when I take my will back, when I'm fucking scared and I'm not living in faith and I'm not living in courage and you know, keeping those spiritual principles alive. And what helps me keep those spiritual principles alive is to actively participate in my recovery, right? And to keep honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness forefront in my life, right? Through all of my affairs, not just recovery, through relationships, through the way that I carry myself in business, through, you know, every aspect of what I do, right? And it's funny that you mentioned, you know, the higher power and God, and I don't want to, you know, differentiate in any form here and you know, push any type of religious belief that might push somebody out the door, right?
Right.
But I heard a female speaking in our home group, right? And she was talking about how easy it is to implement God into our recovery, but how quickly we forget to implement God in every aspect of life. right? It's real easy to call on God when we're struggling. The same way that I did when I was in the prison cell, wondering how many years I was going to get that time for that charge, right?
Right.
And God, please let me make it out of this one, and I promise I won't do it again. Just to turn around and get high the first opportunity I had because I forgot the pain,
Right.
right?
Right.
And I would continue to do that over and over and over again. Now in recovery, it's like it's real easy for me to call on God when you know there's something that I'm facing in my recovery that's stopping me from that spiritual growth, right? But it's a completely entirely different thing to always remember and have it forefront of my conscious to make that conscious contact and utilize my higher power in every other part of my life. When it comes down to relationships, when it comes down to the next move, when it comes down to something that I want to pursue, you know, and that's what we get when we practice these steps and we work them. We learn to practice them in all our affairs. And
All of
through
our affairs.
steps I have, and I'm not all the way through, right? But I'm doing some work. You know, I'm doing some work, and it has allowed me to become self-aware. It's allowed me to become, you know, emotionally intelligent, build better relationships, heal past traumas, you know, heal myself from the inside out, and then build connections with other people in a higher power, and turn around and use that to help people. And that's why we become better people with those steps, right? And I will, to the end of my life, advocate that everybody in society could benefit from those 12 steps, whether or not they had an addiction afflicted their lives that caused them to jump into a solution or not.
Absolutely, brother. You know, that's where we're at with it today. We're living in a solution, you know, for because we all know how to live in a problem. We've demonstrated that throughout our entire life or during our active addiction, what the problem is about. And you know, once we've been able to identify that we were the problem, you know, we were able to
Yeah,
finally
right.
start living in a solution. You know, and that's just being
Yep.
real. We're the problem. You know, the drugs are just a symptom of the disease. You know, we're the problem. But once we identify that, we're able to live in a solution.
Yep.
And
And you know, my solution with using drugs was simply to, you know, hide who I was because I was scared. I was
that's right.
scared. I didn't want to show people who I was because I was afraid if I did, you wouldn't like me and you
That's
wouldn't
right.
accept me, and I wouldn't be able to have that connection. So in turn, drugs became my only connection until they completely ostracized me and isolated me from everything I knew and loved. You know,
Absolutely.
it didn't
Absolutely.
work anymore. And then I realized that the more drugs that I put on top of me only stuffed down that hole more and more and more and just made it bigger and bigger, right? And then sooner or later, drugs were not my solution anymore. And it was either
No.
get clean or kill myself. And honestly, I tried to kill myself twice before I got clean. You know, but I'm so grateful to be here and I'm incredibly blessed to be here because it's enabled me to find that solution and stay
Absolutely.
base. You know, in recovery, we learned that there's a solution to our problem, right? And that solution is spiritual. But in every other aspect of life, when problems arise, it's real easy to get caught up in the problem. It's real easy to get caught up in the problem when I lose $2,000 on a dumb mistake, right? It's real easy
Mhm.
to get caught up in a problem when, you know, I misprint something or whatever it is that's going on in my life, right? But it's a different thing when we have to recognize the problem and then instead of staying stuck inside of it, say, how can I get into this solution? Like, what is
Mhm.
here? Sometimes we got to drop back and we got to meditate, we got to pray, and we got to, you know, ask other people, how would you deal with this? And collectively gain an answer of what that solution might be. And then other times it's just a matter of us getting outside our own way and being willing, just willing enough
Really.
to step outside that problem.
Absolutely, brother. Hey, man. You know, I got to get ready to go live with
I
Higgy.
know,
But
I
let's
know.
show some people. Let's show some examples of some of my stuff, guys. My new line dropped today. Mikey's going to show you a couple examples of what it is that it will be available to you guys. They're actually available right now. All you need to do is go on my website. That's the girls, right?
This is the female version of the Clean and Sober AF. As everybody can see, this says Drew Hicks Original on here. I'm not sure if my lighting's really good
Yeah,
on here.
I see it. I see
Better
it.
pictures on the website, guys. And it's got Drew Hicks on the back, DreamXL on the sleeve. And
Hmm.
there are other colors on the website as well.
Right.
And then we have, and we're going to get some more female colors in there too. And then we have the hoodie as well. It's got the same design on the front. It's got Dye Clean on the sleeve,
Absolutely.
Drew Hicks on the back, and Dream XL on the other sleeve. And you know, I love just being able to create for you, man. I love being able to create, period. And I just have that opportunity today to live a lifestyle that just allows me to create, you know, and express.
I mean,
Because
you're
when you
amazing
guys,
at it.
thank you, thank you. When you guys see this, this is simply, you know, a form of my self-expression. These are all the thoughts that come through my mind, and that artistic talent, that artistic capability is what you see expressed on DreamXL's clothing. We don't use anybody else's designs. We, you know, we use high quality garments, and this is just about inspiring other people. And if we can inspire,
Authentic.
on what?
We're authentic. We don't use anybody else's stuff. It's all our own stuff. This is it.
And like if it inspires somebody to stay clean one more day, to be proud of their recovery,
That's
right?
right.
Like that's beautiful to me. And
I
I
mean,
just
I wear it proudly. I wear my recovery proudly,
I
man.
know
A lot
you
of
do.
people in
You're
this
like
world want to wear it.
right. You're like my biggest brand ambassador, man. I fucking love you, dude. Every time I see you, you're wearing something, and I'm just like, man, that's awesome.
Connie
And
Rice said, "No itchy shirts. No, no itchy shirts."
no, we don't use any cardboard t-shirts. I know nobody can feel the shirt that I have on here, but guys, we use high quality material.
Right.
Anybody ever purchased from DreamXL will be able to, you know, represent from that. And to me, I would rather have somebody, and points very extremely fair. You know what I mean? Extremely fair price points, and
Mhm.
rather have somebody put that on and be like, "Ooh, this is nice." You know what I
Right.
mean? Feel
Right.
good about it than, you know, than anything else. So
You know,
uh,
before we get off here, I want to say though, I really love you, brother. You
I
know,
love you
we've
too.
we've we've gone through some ups and downs and some roller coasters of all kinds of emotions and trials and tribulations in the last year that we've known each other. We've grown together. We've we,
Uh-huh.
we've stayed living in a solution, and that's how we've been able to keep ourselves, you know, where we're at today. You know, because it would be really easy for me and Mikey to get all on our feelings and stuff that we're going through and just get sideways. You know,
Yep.
and go out there and left. It's dangerous for people like you and I to get sideways, though. You know, and that's why I appreciate the genuine, honest, and transparent relationship with people that I had today, brother. And you're right up there. You and between you and Derek, you know, you guys are my brothers. You know, I love you guys. It's amazing, you know, that we've never met. But when I think of you, you're my brother. You know, it's like I've
I
known you
can't
for a
wait
whole
till
life.
you come to Baltimore, man. I can't wait till you come to Baltimore, and I
I'll
can't
be in Baltimore.
the opportunity to, you know, step outside of my hometown, right? And
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to doing in 2020 is being able to put myself out there, because honestly, the only places that I've literally ever been, aside from a couple family vacations in prison, you know,
Right.
I never really had an opportunity in active addiction or in my life to leave, right? To do
Mhm.
anything. And
Well, you know,
and
that's what I do. That's what I
yeah,
do.
that's
I
great.
love it.
Like
I love it.
I wanted to, man. I wanted to. I want the experiences. I want to meet amazing people in different places. I want to be able to build relationships and see things that I've never seen before. You
Right.
know, because I don't want to keep myself captive, right? I didn't get
Right.
clean to have the same kind of lifestyle, right? I didn't get
Mhm.
clean to be miserable and not experience things and not put myself out there, you know? And God, I'm so grateful. I'm so
Amen to that. I
to
am
live a
too, man.
lifestyle today that allows me to step outside my own way, man, and embrace experiences, embrace relationships. You know, yeah.
Amen. Amen to that, brother. You know what? I love you. Mikey loves you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us tonight. I've got literally 3 minutes to get off here and get it set
I
up.
know, man.
Please check out me and Higgy. I'm going live with Higgy on the Survivor Series here in about 20 minutes. So go over there on Higgy's Survivor Series. I put the link in my page. Just get on there and check us out. Mikey, I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. And I want to do this later in the week when you get yours. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm gonna have some more female colors going up onto the site, man. So yeah, guys, stay tuned on that. Just keep checking on the website. We'll be adding new products throughout the week.
absolutely, brother. And we'll do another one at the end of the week when I get all the stuff in the mail. Because I got all the new stuff coming my way, guys. Got to rock
Yep.
my. Me and Mikey made a deal when we first started doing it. I always get the first one. I always
Yep.
get the first one. And I got
Hey,
probably
man,
50 or
your whole
60.
closet should be
Dude, you
DreamXL
know, I
right
already
now.
got like 100 different, my line, your line, all kinds of
You
dream.
probably got more shit than I do, man.
I probably do. I probably do. Because you know how I'm impatient when I want it.
Yep. Yeah. Hit me up, man. Hey, are we ready? Are we ready?
Let's do this.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I love you guys.
it.
Thank you guys so much for participating. And like I said, stay tuned on the website. Everybody, get up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself that you are enough. Say, I am enough, because that has allowed me to step into the man that I am meant to be today.
You are enough. You are enough, guys. Just exactly what Mikey said. If nobody's told you today that you aren't, you are. Okay, because me and Mikey are living, breathing, walking examples that, you know what, at one time we never believed that we were worth anything. Okay, here we are today. This man is a business owner today. Here I am today. I get to travel around the world and carrying a message to any addict sick and suffering today. As this is what I get to do. I mean, how amazing is life when you truly get out of your way? So yeah, I love you, brother. I can't wait to finally
just having that belief in ourselves that we too can live a life beyond our wildest dreams, man. I love you. Everybody stay clean, chase dreams, focus on the things that you want to pursue in life, and step outside your comfort zone. Challenge yourself to do something outside your comfort zone and watch the growth happen. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining on. And Drew, I'll talk to you a little bit later tonight, man.
I love you, brother.
Good luck with Higgy. I know you're going to kill it, man.
I'm gonna do my best. I love you, brother. I love all of you guys. With all that being said, I love you. You already know. Clean and sober.
That's what's up. Love you, man. Yep. See you.